Today, I am going to show you how to create detailed and high-value website audits in 5 minutes that your leads are actually going to be able to understand and to see the value in, so you can present your findings and close the deal. Now, these audits work great both for prospective clients, but also your current and your past clients as well. Now, these audits are going to demonstrate how your work is going to deliver an ROI for your client's business. And it's also going to help you prioritize your work so that you can actually deliver those results. Now, we've talked about tools before here on the channel, and I've even talked about when is the right time to invest in different types of tools. So I'll link to that below in case that you missed it. But in that, I shared different categories of tools. And one of those categories is what I call revenue generating tools. And the tool that we're going to be using to create these web audits is called MyWebAudit. And this falls into the category of revenue generating tools because this is going to help you gather more leads for your business. It's going to help you close more deals. And then it helps you turn around and deliver that value to your clients because you know exactly what you need to focus on to help them get more traffic, leads, and sales into their business. So that then helps you land future deals as well, where you can then just repeat this process. Now, the web audits that we're going to look at, these are going to help you stay focused on some of these key areas that really focus in on driving those traffic, leads, and sales to any business. And that is user experience, conversion optimization, performance and security, and lastly, SEO and online visibility. So I'm going to show you exactly how to do this, even if you have no experience with this at all before, and so you can see just how simple this is to do. So let's take a look. As we get started, what I recommend you do, as with any tool, is to grab a trial and walk through this with me. Put in a client sites of yours, put in an example site, just so you can see how to run reports on your own and see just how easy this is and how much information you'll walk away with. So what we're going to do is once you sign in, you are going to be taken to your dashboard, which looks like this. Now, this is going to ask you what type of report you want to run. You're going to notice that you're going to be able to choose from reports that are fully automated. All you need to do is put in the business information, select run audit, and it will compile all of the information automatically for you. The other option is to do a part manual and part automated report. Now, the reason that you would want to do something like this is even though automation is highly attractive, everyone wants everything automated, it does make sense to slow down and even take just a few extra minutes to take a look at some specific points yourself. So for areas like design, user experience, conversion optimization, some of these pieces cannot be automated. But if you're thinking, whoa, wait a second, I don't know much about these areas, or I don't know what to look for, it's going to walk you through specifically what points to specifically walk through, and then all you need to do is select a pass or a fail score. So we're going to take a look at this. And what I want to do is I want to start with a website audit just to give you an example here, but I'm going to go with the manual and automated option. That way you can see, if you decide to do this, how this actually works. Now, you do have two options here for running these audits. One you can do directly from your MyWebAudit dashboard, and your other option is to have this done directly inside the browser as you are on the website. So I will show you how to do both. The process is the same, it's just a matter of location, but we're going to start here in the dashboard. So I'm going to go ahead and select website audit. So now what we want to do is we want to put in the business basic information here so it knows what we're actually looking at. So we're going to go ahead and type in the name of the business. And once we see it pop up, we will click on the name, and it is going to pull in some of the other business data. Now, you can decide to put in the business owner's information here. And one thing I want you to note here is that MyWebAudit is not automatically going to email your client. This is all depends on how you set this up. So we'll go ahead and add in this particular contact here. And the last thing we want to do is set a primary keyword. If you don't know what their primary keyword is, that is okay. What you want to do is select the best keyword that you think will make sense for the business. So since this is a pest control business, I'm going to put in pest control, and I'm going to put in the city that they are located in. And we are going to begin the audit. So as you can see now, MyWebAudit has pulled up the client's website here, so that way we can start running this audit. Now, as you can see here, there are 4 different categories. We have user experience, conversion optimization, SEO, online visibility, performance, and security. Now, all of these are set to on, meaning when you run the audit, all of these are going to appear on the report. But let's say you don't want to talk about performance and security, you can simply click this button and now you don't have to go through that part of the audit, and that is not going to appear in the template for you. Now, under each section here, you're going to see some have more options here and some have less options. It just depends on the particular category. So starting off with user experience, you're going to see we have a few sections in each row. The first one here is whether we want to mark this particular item as passed or failed. So we want to look at this and say, does this business have a professional web design? If we believe that they do, it's pretty good here. We can click on the right side of this icon here, this little toggle bar, and that will give us a green mark, meaning this has passed. If we believe they do not have a professional design, we simply click on the left side and that will give them a fail. If for any reason you do not want a particular point to appear in your audit, simply just don't check that particular bar and it will stay off. Now, if you are unsure of what these individual points mean, simply hover over this question mark here and it's going to expand on what they mean by professional website design. Does the site look professional, intuitive to use, and clearly explain what the business does? If it does, it passes. If not, it fails. If for any reason you want to edit a particular recommendation, you can do that here, but MyWebAudit already does that for you, so that's really, really helpful. But you always be able to customize these so you can use your own wording for all of your templates. So we're going to say here, yes, it does. Does it have relevant headlines and page copy? Well, they're talking about Phoenix Pest Control, a free consultation, again, saying where they are, why they're different here, all of that. So we'll say, yes, they do. Do they have professional digital branding? User-friendly navigation. This is very simple. There's only a handful of options here, so we'll give them a pass on that. Do they have relevant images? They have their business truck here. Let's see what else they have. They're talking about commercial pest control, so they have a commercial building here, some residential. There are many homes that look like that in that particular area. This is pretty stock photo-like, but they also have some bugs, for instance. So overall, they're doing pretty good there. Now, do they have a custom 404 page? So let's say we come out here and we go to their actual website, and we're going to put / and we're just going to put a funny URL that they don't have. And we can see 404 not found. So they do have one, but it's very, very generic. So they don't have a custom one. So we're going to put failed for that. Relevant use of video. I don't remember seeing any video here. So that's something that they could add. So that's failed. So there you go. User experience is done. So now we see that they've done many good things, but there's a couple of things they could do to improve the user experience. So we can go on to conversion rate optimization. Do they have a noticeable phone number? We have a small one up here. So that one could really go either way here. This one is a little bit bigger. So I would actually say no on this one, partly because this is so small, and the one that is larger is way down here just in this random bar. Probably have one lower. Yeah, they have another one here. So it's not too bad, but ideally what we'd like to see is a big phone number up here in the header that is very obvious for people who are just looking to pick up the phone and talk to someone really quick. So we'll check that as failed. Primary call to action, they do have a free consultation here set up. Lead capture form, we don't have any of those, so that is going to be a fail. Relevant trust factor. So see, they do have some partners and affiliates. They do have their license information there. They have a client section, but they don't have any clients listed there, but they do have testimonials. All of those help build trust. So if you ever forget what that is, you can again hover over this. It talks about guarantees. So we'll put that as a pass. Do they have a newsletter sign up? I don't believe we saw anything on that. So we can put that as a fail. Next is a thank you page. So if they had any of the forms, does it actually take them to a custom thank you page that lets them know what to expect or what's the next step they could take while they wait? So since they don't have any forms, we'll say they don't have that. There are no real secondary calls to action. We have a schedule now, free consultation. So it's mostly just that one. Unique selling proposition. They are talking about the investment, really focusing on people who are putting money into this, so they want to make sure that they're getting their money here. They have a specific guarantee, a customized treatment plan. It is environmentally friendly, so that it's a good USP. We did see the testimonials and reviews. We do not see any live chat, so we'll say no to that. And social media share buttons. So we don't see any specific share buttons here. We can check on the blog though and see, but for now we'll just say that no, they don't have any of those. So now we can go on to the next section. We're already half done with this, and we have SEO and online visibility. And here we're looking for a map and an address. I do believe they had one address at least listed down here below. So they do have the address, but we don't see an actual map, which could be put here in the footer. But we could also check on their contact page. If they do have one, we see they have one here, and see if they have that map listed there. For now, we'll say no. And check to see if they have a blog or resource center. It does show a blog over here on the side. And it looks like they do have some general information just about past bed bugs, scorpions. We saw some of that linked below, so we'll say that is good. And on the final section, we have performance and security. So if they had a form, do they have a CAPTCHA listed on that? We can always go and see what this free consultation takes us to and looks at, but we'll say no just for the moment. And we can look to see, for instance, if they use a CDN, content delivery network, just to help speed up that website. And if they don't, we can recommend that as well. So this took us through the manual checks. And as you can see, it took us through the specific points and told us what each of those meant, so we could go out and look for that. Now that that is done, all we need to do is click on Run Audit. Now this particular report only took a minute to run. Most website reports are going to be done in about 5 minutes, give or take. If your site for any reason is particularly large, it has slow performance, or even you're on a really slow budget host, then it could take a little bit longer. But now that it is done, now we have a few options. Now we can go ahead and view and download the audit. So as you can see here, we have our website audit report. We can view that. We can generate a Google report, a PDF, PowerPoint, or Excel report. The number of different types of reports that you can download are going to be based on your package with MyWebAudit. Now you're also going to be able to email the report, and you're going to be able to do so using the email templates that already exist. Now, of course, you can customize these, but this gives you something that you can start with. And for instance, you are able to customize this. So thanks for requesting your website audit report. We've analyzed your site's design, security, performance, search engine optimization, and its ability to convert visitors into customers. Our findings are outlined in this report. So now what you can do is, based on the information that you really want to highlight, because we don't necessarily need to give them everything, what we can do is even give them 2 or 3 pointers as to the biggest areas that need addressed on their website, and then get them to go ahead and set up a call so that we can go over everything and give them a game plan. So if you offer free consultations, this is a good way to do it. But let's say we want to talk about keyword rankings. We can simply drag and drop this in, and it gives them that main bullet point and what that means. We can also talk about Google page speed. We can put in lead capture forms, and then that is the email that we can go ahead and send off. So once you have your email configured, that's all you need to do in order to be able to send that out. This works really, really well though if you want to create this email, and then ideally you're trying to get this contact on the phone so you can present a full report to them versus just sending this over and having them consume it. But let's jump back over here to the dashboard. We have a few other options here. We can always edit this report here if we want to. If you have the person's Google Analytics data, this is going to allow you to connect the Google Analytics account and be able to incorporate that into the report, which is really, really powerful and helps you to really make sure that this report is even more personalized. Now, again, depending on your package, you can also run a WordPress technical assessment, and at any time you can rerun these automated checks. This is good to do if you talk to this client and say, this is what we can do. You go ahead and perform that work. Now you can rerun the check and then send them this audit so they can see see the work that has been done. But this is also a good idea to come back and do typically on about a quarterly basis with all of your current clients. That way we can make sure that any issues that have popped up, maybe that we're unaware of, are being addressed, and look for some more opportunities that perhaps haven't been addressed in past work. So let's take a look at this audit here. So as you can see here, we now have this beautiful report. We can always click this button to switch into report view, but this is going to show us exactly what the site looks like on the different devices. So especially if any of that is messed up, that's a great thing to be able to show them. But we can also show them what they're doing good and what they really could improve upon. So here we see that they have pretty good user experience, but they definitely need some help with conversion optimization, SEO, performance, all of that. So we can continue to go through here, and this is going to show us in a really nice presentation. You can see just how quickly this beautiful presentation has been created for you. So imagine jumping on a call and feeling unsure about what it is you want to say to a client. This is going to allow you to pull up this beautiful looking report and literally just walk through it. And that's going to help guide your conversations as you work to sell this client what they really need to increase their traffic, leads, and sales. So this talks about user experience. It gives more information on this, shows what their score is. And up here, you're going to be able to jump to any of this. So here you can jump straight to the recommendations as to what it is that you recommend that they actually do next. And in the last part here, we're really talking about doubling their leads. So we're asking them to go ahead and schedule that website consultation. So if this is something that you do send over via email, they're looking at it, well, they can click here and do this. Again, these are all templates that you are able to customize. Before we wrap up here, I do want to show you two final things. One is how to run an audit like this directly from your browser. And next is how to add a lead generation widget or even a landing page that MyWebAudit has already created because they know they convert very well to your website so you can start collecting more leads. So the first thing I want to show you is how to run an audit from the browser. So here under settings, if you click here, you'll see Get Chrome extension. You'll want to click that and install the extension. Now we're going to want to head over to Google and we're going to want to pull up their Google My Business profile here if we want to run a Google My Business audit. In that case, we're going to simply click here on the MyWebAudit icon. And as you can see, we can now run the new GMB report. So we're going to have to put in the basic information here. We've already added them as a client here. We have their information and we can click Begin Audit. Now the points that appear on this page are the ones that directly need input from you. So just as we did before in the dashboard, you're going to walk through these. As you can see, these are very quick. The website URL, business hours, description, category. You're going to be able to see all of that really quick. Check yes or no here and then run the audit. Now, the other thing we can do is we can come over to the business website, and here we'll again be able to click on the extension. And now it's showing us the current audits that we have. We have the Google My Business running that we just did. We have the website audit one, so we can select one of those to update. But if we want to run a new audit here, this gives us all of the options here for us. So if we want to select on-page SEO, for instance, we'll be able to again put in their information, put in their primary target. It says Phoenix on their front here. We'll put that in and we'll say pest control Phoenix, and then we'll run audit. And since that is a fully automated report, it brings us right back to the dashboard and we can see it running there. So while that continues to process, let's jump over and look at how to set up our lead generation widget. For the lead generation audit, you'll be able to come up here to lead widgets. You'll have two options here. You're going to be able to create a lead widget, which is going to be simply a form that you can place on your services pages or even on your home page. And you're going to want to add this above the fold so it is very front and center and it's very clear that this is what you want them to do. Now, when it comes to creating these widgets, the second option is that you can have a full landing page dedicated to having them complete this audit. So as we set this up here, you can choose between the two options that we looked at, the fully automated reports or the combo manual and automated reports. Both have their pros and cons. The fully automated one is, again, going to allow them to put in their contact information. It's going to run that report for them and it can immediately give them their report. And it's going to ask them then to, of course, follow up with you. You will then immediately have their contact information and can follow up with them to schedule a further call. Now, if you want to take it a step further, what I would recommend is that you select the manual and automated option here. And this is because this is really going to help set you apart a little bit. It's it's going to help us show to these prospective clients that you're actually going to go in and you're going to give them some personalized recommendations. This isn't something just automated behind the scenes. This doesn't look as much like it's the same for everyone. So this shows that you're willing to put in some effort for them up front. So that's why I like this particular option. So it's going to tell them that they're going to need to wait to hear from you so that you have time to review their particular site and give them some personalized recommendations. So once we select on this, we're going to click next. And then now, depending on whether we selected it that we wanted a fully automated report or we want the combo manual automated report, that's going to depend on the type of reports that can be run. So here we can say we want a website audit, landing page audit, e-commerce audit, or a Google My Business. So let's say we want the website audit. We'll be able to click that particular report and click on next. And now we can choose from the two options. Do we want the website widget, where there are a lot of different options as to where you can place this, which I'll show you, or a full landing page. Now this does have done for you copy that converts, so all of this can work really well for you. So let's take a look at this website audit here. Now we can choose as well, once the audit is complete, do we want to redirect them to a custom URL? So on your website, you create a thank you page, let them know what to expect, put your phone number, give them something to read perhaps in the meantime while they wait. And the other option is simply a custom confirmation pop-up message, and you'll be able to customize either of these here. So we will redirect to a custom URL. So typically what I like to do is redirect them to a custom URL. Don't have one set up at this moment, and this is where we would enter the URL. So I'm gonna go ahead and select just a confirmation pop-up for the moment and click submit. So now as you can see here, we have a number of options as to where we want the widget to actually appear. So this one is if we want to have that hello bar that appears at the very top of a website. And this one is just a light box. So if they're reading a blog post or they're scrolling through on your website, this is actually going to pop up for them. We can switch that. This can be a welcome mat. We can have this be a vertical form, a horizontal form. So whatever you want it to look like. So let's say we select this option. Over here on the left-hand side, you see all of the options that are going to allow you to customize this so it fits in with the design of your website. You can change the heading text of Get Your Free Website Audit, change the alignment, the actual opt-in fields here, what you want them to enter. So if you want to add in their phone number, for instance, you can put that in here as well, and even change what the button says. So again, here we can select between the redirecting them to a custom URL or the custom confirmation pop-up, which is what we pre-selected. And so it shows you what that text is, but again, you can fully customize the look of that, but they give you text, so it just makes it very easy. You can also change the color of the background. So if you want the background to be white and the font to be blue, let's say, then you'll be able to change that there. We also have the auto reply and advanced settings there, so we can save that. Now notice on the right hand side, we have options for desktop, for tablet, for mobile. So you'll be able to see how this looks on the different devices and be able to customize it depending on the device. Once you are done, you can select on view code because you're going to need to copy this code here and put this over on your website. If for any reason you do not touch a code and you want someone else to do that, you can simply have this emailed to the developer. It's going to send them specific instructions on what to do and this code so they can get that added in there for you. So let's close this here for a minute. We're going to add a new one. We're going to say fully automated this time. And as you can see, we have some more options. So let's say we're going to go with page speed on this one. And we are going to do the landing page with form. And now look at this, you have a great looking landing page here to get you started. And all of the copy here is going to change based on the specific report that you're running. So this copy is tailored to the service that you're trying to provide. So here, this is why is your site running so slow? We selected page performance. So that is all targeted towards this. So you can add your logo, you can add in your own phone number, and everything else is clear of this because you have the one goal of getting them to put in their contact information for this report. Just the same as the widget, you're able to customize this a bit more here. And once you've done that, you can select save and download template. So this is going to allow you to download these files so that you can import the copy and everything you need directly into your website. So I hope this has given you a much better idea of exactly how MyWebAudit can help you not only generate more leads for your business, but also help you better be able to present your findings to clients, really show your expertise, and help give you a guided plan on how to help your clients generate more traffic, leads, and sales. If you have any questions at all about website audits or MyWebAudit itself, don't hesitate to drop a comment down below. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you next time.